So a few days ago my friend did the reading habits tag and I thought it was pretty cool, so I decided that maybe I should do it too. So let's just jump right in, I guess. Number 1, do you have a certain place at home for reading? Not particularly. I do a lot of my reading right here on the couch, and I do a lot of reading in bed before I go to sleep, and I do some reading, walking around the apartment, so pretty much just wherever I happen to be. Number 2, bookmark or random piece of paper. I do have bookmarks, and I do use bookmarks if I have one handy, but I often lose them or leave them in a different book, and then I just sort of use whatever's available. A piece of a receipt, a gum wrapper, pretty much anything that will mark my place. I'm not picky. Number 3, can you just stop reading, or do you have to stop after a chapter or a certain number of pages? I don't understand the pages thing. I guess if you have a goal and reading is a chore for you, maybe you might stop after a certain number of pages. But I tend to try to stop at the end of chapters, but since I read as much as possible and all over the place, I tend to just leave off at the end of paragraphs. But I do hate stopping in the middle of a big action scene, so I do my best not to, ever do that. Number 4, do you eat or drink while reading? Yes, I do a lot of my reading on my lunch break, and I am a total pro at eating and reading at the same time. But I must say that having an e-reader has made it so much easier because you only, need the one finger to do anything. I like it. I also really love to settle down with a nice cup of tea and read. I'm a huge tea lover, so hot tea, cold tea, milk tea, iced tea, sweet tea, all kinds of tea. I like to sit, iced tea on a sunny day, hot tea on a rainy day, all kinds of things. Number 5, multitasking. Music or TV while reading. Sometimes I like music while I'm reading, but usually if I'm around the house, I don't play any music while I'm reading. If I'm on the train or something like that, I'm usually listening to music, so I guess I like to occupy all of my senses at once. I'm surprised I'm not dead by now or something. I don't know. As far as TV goes, I have been known to watch a movie and read a book at the same time, but that usually only happens if I'm not very interested in either of the things, so generally no. But I'm used to reading with all kinds of distractions, so I can read while pretty much anything is going on. Number 6, one book or several at once. Usually I have one book that I started reading, but it turned out that I really didn't like it, so I sort of took a break and decided to start reading other books, and every now and then I'll go back and read it. Right now I'm reading Italo Calvino's If on a Winter's Night a Traveler, and I really don't like it. So I'm reading, a few pages here and there, which I don't recommend. You should really read it all the way through, otherwise I feel like you'll probably lose track of the story, and I've had to go back several times, so I should probably just do it, but I can't. I have this thing about needing to finish books. Even if I really don't like them, I have to finish them. So my answer is to read a little bit of this, and then another book, and then a little bit, and then another book, until finally I finish it, but it's not ideal. I also have, on my phone, if I forget my book, I have a book that I'm reading on my phone. So, yeah, several at once, basically. Long story short. Number 7, reading at home or everywhere? I read everywhere. Everywhere. In my house, in the kitchen, walking down the street, on the train, at work, while I'm waiting in the post office. I don't know. As I said before, I'm surprised I'm not dead. I just read and walk all the time. Number 8, read out loud or silently in your head. I typically read silently in my head. I think it would probably be pretty annoying to have someone reading out loud next to you on the train. Although I guess when you're alone, I don't know. Anyways, no, I don't read out loud unless I really think I'm going to like the sound of a passage, then I might read it out just so that I can hear it. Number 9, do you read ahead or even skip pages? I never read ahead, but I do skip pages because of what I was saying about having to finish a book. If I really can't stand it, I'll often either very quickly skim through pages, or I will completely skip pages, like 2 or 3 at a time, until I get to a point where I guess I feel like I can stomach it again. I don't know. But generally, if I like the book, I don't read ahead or skip pages. Number 10, breaking the spine or keeping it like new? I prefer, when I get paper books, to get paperback, and I actually prefer used paperback books. I guess I like them to already be broken in. So typically the spine is already a little bit broken, but of course I don't like it to be like completely, you could fold it in half, and I don't super bend my own books. I don't know what super bend means, but I don't super bend my books. So yes, if they come to me already broken, that's totally fine, and I don't have any problems with, you know, properly opening my book all the way, but I do try to make an effort not to, like, split it in half. Number 11, do you write in your books? Yes, yes I do. I never write in a book that's not mine, but if it's mine and it's not like an easy breezy read, I will often write in the margins or highlight passages. I think it's, even though I don't always go back to the notes, if I do happen to reread, or if I like pick up the book and skim through it, it's really nice to see what I thought was important the first time around. Or I have a really bad memory for books and have trouble remembering what I read even a short time after. So probably because I read so fast, you know. But in that way, it's nice to like remind myself of what's been happening and like how I felt about the book when I read it. Number 12, who do you tag? No one. I think I have no one watching this channel really, so, I mean, yet, I guess. So I don't tag anybody, but if you want to do it, I think you should do it because it's fun. Anyways, this has been great.